If you are looking into generating playable ads with AI, you might be wondering if it's actually a shortcut worth using or just a faster way to produce mediocre content. Here's the honest answer. It comes down to one thing most teams skip completely, and I want to walk you through what that is, along with the actual 5-step process that gets it right. Building a playable ad the traditional way means writing a brief, hiring a specialist studio, and waiting 2 to 3 weeks for the first build. Then going through a round of revisions after that. By the time it's actually live, the creative angle you started with is often already stale because the market moved while you were waiting on a studio's calendar. AI collapses almost all of that time, but it also opens up a completely different problem. Instead of a studio, you describe the interactive mechanic and the end card you want. A single tap, a match, a simple choice. And the AI generates a working HTML5 minigame with its own sprites, animations, and interaction logic in minutes instead of weeks. And the format itself is worth that speed. Playables convert installs at roughly 16 times the rate of non-playable formats for emerging gaming apps, and 8 times for the biggest spenders. And one benchmark puts them at 20 times more installs than a plain banner ad. Rovio saw 40% lower cost per install and a 70% lift in Day-7 ROAS just from switching to interactive creative, which is exactly why teams are rushing to generate more of them. But generating more of something you can't measure just means you're wrong faster. That process actually runs in 5 clean steps. The first step is defining the mechanic and the end card with real precision. The single action the player takes, what winning and losing look like, and the exact call to action on both outcomes. The second step is generating the actual interactive build, letting the AI produce the sprites, the animation, and the interaction logic around that mechanic. The third step is grounding the concept in a pattern that's already proven to work, instead of prompting from a blank page. The fourth step is producing real variations for each network, changing one element at a time so you actually know what moved the result. And the fifth step is testing, measuring, and iterating of what you find, which is the step almost everyone skips once the first 4 get easy. That last step is hard for a real reason. A playable isn't a video, it's interactive code, so a normal analytics tool can't open it up and tell you which mechanic, which hook, or which 3 seconds actually drove the install. Most teams only measure at the campaign level, which becomes a real problem fast because there are already more than 30,000 playable creatives going live every single day, over 8% of all mobile game ad creative. And length matters too. Playables running past 25 seconds see an 80% higher churn rate, so a team generating dozens of variations a month with no visibility into which ones are working is just producing noise at scale, which is the exact gap that Segwise caters to. Segwise is built around closing that gap specifically. It's the only platform that tags and analyzes playable ads using multimodal AI to map what's happening inside the interactive build, the mechanic, the pacing, the end card, straight to performance across every network you run on. The same analysis that identifies your winning pattern feeds directly into generating the next playable, so the loop between creating and measuring never actually breaks. Teams running that loop save up to 20 hours a week and see up to a 50% improvement in ROAS. Try Segwise for free, the link is in the description, and you're set up in a few minutes with no engineering needed.